It's not enough to just register a company and start selling things. What are you going to do differently? Because whatever it is that you are doing, somebody is probably doing something similar. So why should I give you my money and not give the other person? What makes you different?
So I want to ask you a question, a brief question based on small businesses, because most of the time we deal with small businesses and people who are trying to move their personal life from a particular level to a higher level. What in all these three lessons that you have shared, how do we apply these to our small businesses?
Well, so I mean, and since I read this book, or I mean, since I've been engaged in trying to improve myself, I realized that a lot of information out there is trying to do what is captured in this book. So, for instance, you have a small business, and then you are trying to pitch for funding or whatever. There's always a question that you need to answer even before it is asked, and that question is, what is your unique selling proposition? And that basically is the question from the tip number one. What are you specialized in? It's not enough to just register a company and start selling things. What are you going to do differently? Because whatever it is that you are doing, somebody is probably doing something similar. So why should I give you my money and not give the other person? What makes you different? So that is the specialization. So you have a small business that you are trying to run. No problem. It's all well and good. But you need to identify what makes you unique, what makes you stand out, what makes you different from the closest competition. And the interesting thing is that sometimes you speak to small business owners and you ask them, who is your competition? He said, me, I don't have a competitor. You don't know what you're talking about. Because if the, you must identify your competition. And then, because if you don't identify your competition, how can you identify what is unique about your company? So you have to find out who your competition is. It doesn't necessarily mean that the competition will be selling the same thing, as you are selling, but they are they are trying to attract the same money, the same people. So when somebody goes into the shop, if you are selling, let's say, baby products, somebody goes into the shop, the person has 10 cedis to spend, and that 10 cedis, there are other baby products that are competing for that 10 cedis. So would that person use the 10 cedis to buy diapers, or would that person use it to buy baby food? So even though baby food and diaper may not be in the same category, because they are competing for the same 10 cedis, guess what? They are competitors. So you need to figure out how you are going to collect that 10 cedis, and that is your unique selling proposition. And that speaks to specialization. And if you stretch you come to the partnership side, you need to be able to identify who your partners are in the space that you're occupying. Because if you produce the item and the item does not get to the consumer, how are you going to make the sale? So, are you going to deliver the product? Is there a delivery company that you can partner with so that you can actually get the product to the consumer? Or is there a shop that you can partner with so that they can stock your product on their shelves? I mean, all these are questions that you need to ask yourself. And like I said, there are 40 other tips in this book. So, we've just spoken about three. So, we haven't even scratched the surface at all.
If you're having a lot of value from this particular session, I want to ask you to please smash the like button, and you can share this particular stream with other people so that they can benefit also. If you are not also subscribed to this particular channel, I want to recommend that please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button so that we can always come your way with new contents.